All right, what I'm doing now this evening, it's about 5 o'clock, 28th, Saturday, May 2022. This first hive here is extremely overfull. She's a prolific layer. I've already split her 3 times this year, and look at her. So what I'm doing, I'm adding a second floor and possibly a honey super on top, even though we're almost towards the end of the flow. I pulled 3 frames out of here for the second box, added a full drawn frame and 2 starter strip frames down here. I still got to add one more. I mean, they are just piling up the bees and the honey. And I wish I would have known this year was going to be a what they call a bump crop, or just a high flow year. I would have had more honey supers ready or built, and frames built, put together, and would have made a lot more honey. But you never know. Some years are slow, depending on the weather. I am also treating them, all the ones you see open, I did this whole row all the way to the end. 2 or 3 of the nukes were queenless. I treated these all with thyme oil and coconut oil and shop towels. These are the towels. And then I had an envelope of superDFM left, and I poured it on top of that. It's like a probiotic, helps with their gut. And when they have a healthy gut, they have a higher immune system. They can fight off diseases better. They can fight off even pesticides and herbicides better when they're going out there in Horry County, which is redunculous when it comes to pesticides. We got a lot of, never mind. So let me get going. We're smoking the edges so I don't squash the bees, but there's just absolutely no room in there. How many bees are in there? By giving them empty frames just with starter strips, it gives the nurse bees something to do other than scheme to swarm. I didn't see any swarm cells, so that's good. And I was pretty sure there was several colonies without queens, because as I was coming out here this evening getting ready, I only had my shorts and a t-shirt and a pocket veil, but I didn't have my pocket veil on. And they were trying to sting me. They were just coming out of hell trying to sting me. So I knew it was going to be one of those evenings. And sure enough, I found the queenless nukes, and I'm sure there's more than one, or more than 3 that I found. I found 3 over there. Plus, in the evening, all the foragers are coming home, which means they are the ones that sting, and they don't like us bothering with their boxes in the evening, especially when we're almost nearing the summer solstice. As we get closer to June, and it varies year to year, usually end of May, 1st or 2nd of June, the dearth kicks in. There's absolutely no resources for them out in the wild. So the foragers begin to hunker down, and they're very guarded with what they already brought in throughout the year. And boy, did they bring in a lot. I'll show you some of the frames. This is just from a nuke that I forgot to put an extra frame in there, and they started drawing wax from the lid down. And instead of drawing out just wax for the queen to lay, look at that. All honey, and it's already kept. And actually this one was a queenless hive, so of course there was no queen to lay, but even the ones that had queens, they're just piling up the honey just like this. And it gets crowded of honey, and just a smaller space, the queen runs out of places to lay eggs, and that triggers swarming, and that's not the thing you want right before summer starts, because we need to have a strong colony for winter. So I've been trying to stay on top of it, but I had COVID, and I'm just starting to get my energy back. And so when I feel like I have some energy, I come out here and work for an hour or two. All right, let me cover these up. That's a queenless box that you just saw over there, and they're filling it up with honey, so I'm going to give it to this box so they can finish it for me. Another frame. This one has a queen, but it's almost honey bound. And it's one of the smaller boxes of 4 frames. I'm putting them in a 5 frame with another drawn comb or starter strip so she can lay. She's a good sized queen. Nice laying pattern, but man, look at all that honey. Never leave out a frame of honey because it starts all kind of chaos. Another sign that we're getting close to the dearth and the summer solstice is, see how all the bees are just like going around, flying around erratically? That's robbing behavior. So robbing behavior, they're too lazy to go out and work, or maybe there's already no nectar and pollen, and it's usually the nectar that shuts down during the dearth. Maybe there's not that much now, and so when they get home in the evening, they still have that urge to gather nectar. So they'll go looking around for a weak hive or a queenless colony, and they try to rob them out. So when you pull out a frame and you leave it on the ground for a second while you're working, and that frame has honey, it can start, this whole yard can go crazy, and it'll start something I can't stop. So I gotta hurry up and cover these lids so it doesn't draw more attention. When they get mad, they'll even sting through my plastic glove. I think I'll put a third box on this one. But where am I going to get it from? Because I have no more boxes. I am out of large boxes. Jesus. So I've only been out here an hour and a half, and the pain that I'm experiencing of my lower back is right now between 1 and 10. I would say it's about a 7, 6 or 7, and it just hurts really bad. I think I'm going to steal that guy's box. I don't think they need it. They need it better than that one. There's more bees over here. And I think I'm finished after this. They're already robbing over here. This is an 8-frame box. Every one of them got honey. No queen over here. And they're trying to rob, so I'm going to keep them closed up for a little bit. If there is a queen there, she's going to have to find another hive because there's nowhere for her to lay eggs in there. Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, they need this just as much. I mean, they already filled this third box. Yep, I mean, look at that. It's all honey. Woo. I've done pissed them off. They're squirting banana hormones. It smells like bananas, which is the alarm pheromone because I didn't smoke them. I just opened the lid abruptly, and they were trying to sting my ears. I have to modify this veil and put an extra mesh on the outside because they occasionally get my neck and my earlobes. And when they're queenless, they act very, very aggressive. No doubt about that. Get my bee brush somewhere. Bee brush. So I'm going to go back over there in that corner where hell broke loose and steal some more honey frames. I need 2 more for 7 or 8, but if I put 7, they'll make them thicker. Might be asking why there are some queenless colonies, because several things happen. When I'm making splits a few weeks ago, and the queen, the virgin queen gets ready, she takes her virgin flight to go get mated. If she does not come back for whatever reason, a bird ate her, dragonfly, or hit by a car's windshield, then, and if that nuke only had 1 queen cell, then they're screwed. They'll keep bringing in honey. Maybe not so much pollen, but they'll be bringing honey. And during the flow, you can't really tell unless you go in there, because it all looks the same. Everybody's going in and out, in and out. But now, I have to go inside of them, because those queenless colonies will cause robbing. They start robbing because they want honey, or the stronger ones will go over there and take their, and it just creates a big mess. So it's better to break them up now and just make sure there are only queenless colonies in this yard. Another reason why they may be queenless when they're coming home mated, as they're coming in, if it's a windy day, there's something called drift. So if this is the box and they're coming in like this, they finally found the box, the wind blows them to the next box, and the queen doesn't know any better. She'll go right in. The workers or the bees in there, look at this. Look how angry she is going into this hair. She thinks it's a human hair. They'll crawl in your hair and try to sting flesh. That's how angry they get. Watch. There she goes again. See her? And she tucks her tail in, looking for somewhere to sting. She's pissed. And so when they'll kill the queen, if she flies in the wrong box, basically. That's another reason. Oh. Ah, shit, this one has pollen. All right, there's 7 in here. Unfortunately, when they have no queen like that, I have to remove the box, where the space in the box where they're at, the location, and then I got to shake those bees on the ground, just shake them and let them go. Eventually, because most of those are not nurse bees. So eventually what they'll do, they will go back to that location, kind of cluster there for a day or two, and eventually they'll fly into another colony. But before they fly in, they are pretty much beg their way in. They kind of meet the guard bees, and guard bees look them over and say, okay, you can be one of us. So that's what all those bees, and there was only about a little cluster like that. But the big one at the end, this copper box right there, the big one, there's a lot more bees than that, but I got to do the same thing with that one. No. All right, now I got to treat them with thyme oil, but before my I don't like this lid. Hold on. There's a big gap there. I don't know why it's not closing. Oh, I see why. Hold on. There's all this wax. Yep, you can lose your mind out here. And your tools. It should close flush now because the wax in the middle was not letting the box. There you go. That should do it. $5.28. Cluster size is definitely, it's either 1, 2, or 3. It's definitely a 3. So I added second. At third. Watch out, Jim. They are, look at them. 4 queenless colonies I got into, and they're like really aggressive. I mean, they even follow me up to the house. I did thyme and DFM. Second and third box is honey. When I build boxes back in the day with scrap wood, nothing was square correctly. And so any little crookedness, you see that? Bees are coming out through there. So I got to put duct tape in there. Good as new. All right, now we're gonna do DFM. Oh, not DFM, I ran out of that. We're gonna finish these boxes with oil. And if I remember correctly, the ones that are covered up already are done, I believe. Let's see, I did that one. Yeah, so that one I believe is queenless, so I'm not even gonna bother. So these 3 here, and then 1 in the middle there. So 4, and then I'm done for the night. So I soak that oil. Rinse, but not too much. Not too much that it's dry, but not enough where it starts. Oh, this one's already got some. But not enough where it's going to start dripping. You don't want it to drip. This colony, I don't know. I meant to check it to see how the queen's doing. I don't see enough bees in there. Maybe if I shake a couple frames of nurse bees, that'll give her a boost so the queen can start laying more. Because when they don't have enough nurse bees, like these that you saw that are absolutely packed, then the queen and the workers, they work together. The workers will tell the queen, hey, easy, don't lay too many, because you got to have nurse bees because they attend to the eggs. If you don't have them, then the eggs will freeze or chill. I may shake some of these bees in here. Did I just do this? Am I going crazy? Yeah. But I don't know if I'm going to do it today. I could shake some. 2 from there, 2 from there. And then one of the frames that I shook it from, introduce it in there, and that way all 3 of them will be equalized. I'll probably do that tomorrow morning. Is it 6 o'clock? Is that why you guys are crowing? What time is it? Must be 6 o'clock. I gotta do this one. Yeah, that one. So. Throw my back out again. All right, this is the last one for the night. There we go. Most of these you see on this corner, this row here and there, and that other row out there, they're this year's queens. These are all brand new splits, queens. If they're not splits, they were made intentionally with queen cells or queens. So I don't get rid of them. I let them build up all through winter, and then next year they become next year's honey producers. Most of them. I may keep one or two here to continue building brood, but for the most part, these brand new queens, they go out and make honey. They go out in a deep box like that. So all the ones you see that are small box, eventually they'll all graduate to big boxes with a honey super, which is a medium-sized box, and that's how they go out to the field, whether here, Aner, or North Carolina Blueberry Farm. And then when they come back 4 weeks later, I split them up. I would say 2/3 of them go to Aner, and I add more honey supers on top of them, because that's when the flow is getting ready to begin. And boy, when it begins, it's like Niagara Falls. So if you don't have enough boxes, they start backing up and they swarm on you. By the time you realize, you have no bees and no honey. So you got to get ahead of them. And having equipment is the key. So between now and January, I'm making boxes. I'll make a couple here, a couple there. So by the time January rolls around, I have enough to get started. You never really have enough, because as you can see, one of my first videos this spring, I hardly had any bees back here. I lost half of my yard because I threw my back out, and then I got COVID. And so when you can't get on top of them, you lose a lot of them. I think I had like maybe 30, if that. 25, 30 boxes left. That's all I had. So I had empty boxes piled up everywhere. And once they start building, they take off. I mean, look at that. All of these are full of bees, all of them. I got 3 rows over there. So I'm up to about 60 now, combined, big and small boxes. Anyway, that's it for the night. I will film tomorrow morning when I do when I give that box some more bees. Over and out.